Hey friends, I'm Amber and this is Ellis Fam Life, #Autistic Twins. I'm the mom of Alex and Will, a set of fraternal, nonverbal autistic twins who are, as of this recording, 4 years old. And today I wanted to talk about CBD. CBD is a big deal. It's now legal in all 50 states. It's pretty important in the autistic world. When CBD came on my radar, I was kind of like, it's marijuana. Well, no, it's not marijuana. CBD is not the psychoactive part of marijuana. THC is the psychoactive part. And that's the part when I'm working in the hospital and we're running drug tests on our overdoses that come in, we're running for THC. Well, CBD is the non-psychoactive part of marijuana, and it's known to kind of calm this nervous system down. The nebulous they're showing that it's working like with ADHD kids and autistic kids. But for CBD specifically, I was very like, I'm gonna have to do my research first because I'm not giving my kids pot. Did some research and I saw that it was working for autistic children, and I pinned a lot of hopes on it, and it didn't work. It didn't heal them, but it made life easier. And I've even got a list, because there's so many things that I kept thinking about that I would write down and think, oh yeah, I need to tell them about that, because there's so many good things that have happened. Even though my twins aren't talking, it's still calmed them down. And there's research about how there's actually cannabinoid receptors in the body, and that they've discovered these in the last few years. CBD works similar to amphetamines, the way amphetamines like Adderall calms the system down when a person is ADHD, but it's from a much better, it's more healthy because of the cannabinoid receptors. I'm really jacking up the research that I've read, and I'm just kind of giving y'all the nutshell, easy version. You can go and read, there's stuff, I just Googled autism and CBD and a whole bunch of stuff came up. So I'm just going to give you my personal, this is all anecdotal, none of it is, research proven, but I can tell you that I've got 2 autistic 4-year-olds and CBD is helping them, and I can tell you how it's helping them. So anyway, just take it all with a grain of salt and know that every autistic child is different. It's a spectrum for a reason, and this is how it's helping my children. So they're 4 years old as of the recording of this video, and we've been doing CBD for 3 months. So the first thing is they look up when you call their names. They never did that before. It was always, nothing, or just still intent on whatever project they were doing. Now almost every single time I say, Will, Alex, they look up at me and make eye contact. Y'all, that is big. Like that. And I can't say that it's going to happen for your kid, but it's pretty cool that it happened with mine. And, if you haven't tried CBD, you should give it a chance. Next thing kind of goes with that. They make better eye contact. So they'll engage and look at me longer while I'm talking and maintain eye contact. That's a big deal. And they weren't doing that before. About 50% of the time, they'll follow one-step commands. So I can say, put your shoes in the drawer. And I might have to prompt them 2 or 3 times, because Alex will sit in the living room floor and pull his shoes and socks off because he doesn't like to wear shoes. So as soon as he gets home, he knows that that's free. I'm free and I can take my shoes off. So I'll say, Alex, go put your shoes in the drawer. Before CBD, I don't think it just went right over his head. Now I can look at him and say, Alex, put your shoes in the drawer. Alex, go put your shoes away. Go put your shoes in the drawer. And I can say it probably, I try to keep it really simple, but it's hard, because we like to complicate things. But usually I can prompt him about 2 or 3 times, and it's like he's kind of slowly processing, and he'll pick his shoes up, take them into the bedroom, and put them in the drawer where they go until he hides them again. But that's another story. They have no sense of fear. So another big thing that they've been doing with the CBD oil is they are not running, like let's say we're going from the back door to the car and it's time to go, put the backpacks on, go get in the car for school, or we're going to church or whatever. They're not running wild anymore. Like before, it's like herding cats, because the twins are, one is running this way, one is running that way. They're headed for the woods, they're headed for the pool, they're headed for wherever they can go. And they're not, before it was just like, it was herding cats, and it is so stressful trying to get them from the house to the car and buckled in. Like it always took two people. Well, now it's like they just put their backpack on and they walk to the door and they leave their shoes on. Before they would just rip their shoes off. As soon as you put their shoes on, Alex especially, he hates wearing his shoes. He just rips his shoes off. Well, now he leaves his shoes on. And so he'll leave them on when we're out in public, which we don't go out in public very much, but you know, like to school and church especially, because those are safe places. He leaves his shoes on now and he doesn't take his shoes off until he gets home. Well, before, he was constantly, as soon as you put his shoes on, you might as well not even put his shoes on because he would already have them back off by the time I could get the other boy's shoes on. Even if I saved him for last, he still would get his shoes off before I could get to the car. Not after CBD. Now he leaves his shoes on. He calmly puts his backpack on, walks to the car, waits for me to open the door to the car. Oh my gosh, who knew? And then I get him into the seat and buckle him in. It is the craziest thing. And now even as I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's been one of the game changers, is them not going crazy as soon as I open the door, because they want to be outside so bad that they will just run in opposite directions because they want to be out. And that, you know, that's elopement is always a very scary situation with autistic children, because they don't talk and you have to warn the neighbors and you have to be ultra vigilant all the time, and it is tedious and tiring to be ultra vigilant like that. And just to be able to walk from the back door to the car, oh my gosh, it's been so nice. So they don't run wild anymore. Less stimming. They're calmer. They don't, like Alex is a hand shaker, a hand waver, and he makes the noise, or he makes some kind of vocalization, and Will just, he spins everything. Anytime he walks into a room, he's scoping it to see if he can find something round to spin. So less stimming, loud noises. Now, there's a train close to our house. They don't care for the train. But we moved from a house that was really close to the train, so that's gotten a little bit better. But the food processor, because I make a lot of their food, I have to use the food processor on a regular basis, and it was awful. You know, screaming, hands over the ears, can't cope, all the things. And now I can run the food processor and the microwave, and they just kind of look at it like, huh, what is that? Mom, what are you doing? And then they go about their business. That is another game changer, because I use that food processor so much, and it's not a loud one, but it's just, you know, it's the noise. It's how they just don't like that noise. What else? We don't, you know, I'm steadily removing all the carpet in our house, so we don't really, the vacuum cleaner is a no-go. We don't do the vacuum cleaner. I feel like there's something else. There's other loud noises that bother them, but it's calmed down. It's not nearly as overwhelming and meltdown worthy as it was before the CBD. Their vomiting has decreased. Now, I've made lots of dietary changes probably since about January of 2018, where we've had a lot of good things happen with our dietary changes, and it's been a really long process. So I think the CBD helps that the vomiting has decreased. They're sleeping better. The vomiting always kind of goes with the sleeping. They, especially if we can keep them in a routine, the sleep before the dietary changes and the CBD was non-existent. And I was really a crazy person. Y'all have never seen me crazy. It was pretty bad. Maybe one day I can catch it on video, but I'm so embarrassed to show a meltdown, because I melt down. It's kindly bad. Anyway, sleeping better. And then the big thing for me is there's fewer meltdowns. They're just calmer. It's so nice when I can kind of get through the day without all the meltdowns. Now, of the two, Will is definitely the bigger melter downer. He can't cope. He has the really loud outbursts that just pierce your ears, and you can't calm him down. But I'm telling you what, I can pull out a CBD gummy and give it 30 minutes and hold him and rock him and love him and put his favorite movie on, and I'm telling you, it will calm him down and get him at a better place than without the CBD. That has been a game changer. Now, all of that to say, they're not talking yet. And I want them to talk so bad. That's like the best Christmas gift you could ever give me, is for my kids to be able to talk to me and talk to the world. But they're not doing that yet. And I had to get to the point where, out of all the things that we've tried, the dietary changes, the CBD, I had to get to and the probiotics, I had to get to the point where I couldn't pin my hopes on that. So I want to tell you the same thing. You can't pin your hopes on, well, if I just do CBD, they'll start talking, or if I just do the probiotic, or I get their gut fixed, or whatever. I did all those things, and I have this list of the things that are actually working. I mean, as I'm reading it out loud, I'm like, oh yeah, they're doing that, and oh great, they're doing that. And I get hung up on the negative, which is they're not talking, and I can't get them to talk, and I can't fix them. But I need to focus on this list, because all of the things on this list are really cool. We're sleeping better, we're not stimming as much, we're calmer, we're not running wild when we go to the car, we've got eye contact, they look up every single time I call their name. Those are huge things, and I forget that those things are still a big deal, you know, even though they're not talking, they're still doing all these other things. So I want to leave y'all with that, because it's encouraging to me. And I want y'all to know, okay, this is our story. This is what CBD is doing for us. Let me tell you this, though. The research that I've seen just had a whole bunch of autistic kids, and they did a trial where they gave them like 1,000 milligrams a day CBD, and did that for a year. That's a lot of CBD. And the only side effect that they could really see was that it made them sleepy. It made the kids sleepy. So it will make you sleepy. But they figured out that a good low dose starting point was approximately 15 milligrams for a 40-pound kid. So my kids are probably around 40 pounds, maybe 35 pounds. And to split that into 2 doses and take it like morning and lunchtime, like you would a low dose of Ritalin. So Will needs a little bit more than Alex. So Alex can do like a 5 and a 5. So I just take the gummies. The gummies come in a container, and I'll do a little video about how to do the gummies, but I just split them in half, or I split them in however many pieces and just give them a gummy. Now Will's gotten to the point where he does not like to do gummies anymore, so I just take the oil. It comes in very small, slender syringes, and it's marked very clearly, and I just stick it down in his cheek and push a little bit down and kind of watch and see how much I'm pushing so that I'm doing the correct dose. I know that I'm giving him 10 milligrams at a time. And then when he is having a meltdown, I can immediately give him the oil, and it just goes into his cheek and he swallows it, and then in about 30 to 45 minutes he will be a lot calmer. So anyway, I want to leave y'all with that, because you need to hear my story, and you need to try it and see if it works for you. And if it does, yay, you've gotten a little bit more help, and it's so encouraging. So what I want y'all to do is tell me in the comments if you have tried CBD and what it did for y'all. If you've got a kid, if they're talking, if they're not talking, or autistic kid or ADHD kid, and tell me what it's doing for y'all. I want to hear good stories. Tell me if it didn't work. I know Fathering Autism, I follow his blog, and he said that CBD did not work for his little girl. So, it doesn't work for everybody. And, that's why they call it a spectrum, because everybody's a little different. So, but if you tried it, tell me. If you want to try it, tell me. And, I encourage you, if you haven't tried it, try it, because it's one of the things that I saw the biggest difference the quickest. Another really cute story is that Alex, we have a pool, and Alex was terrified to jump in the water. And I'm telling you, 2 days after he started CBD, he was jumping in the water and having so much fun. Like, it wasn't like he was not afraid of the water, but he was not afraid to like jump in and play and splash around when he had been really terrified before. And my father-in-law was with him and could tell that there was a big difference and that his fear had gone away. I could just keep going on and on about how much it's helped us. So if you like it and you want to try it, click my affiliate link below and go through Diamond CBD. They're a great company. Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, hit the like button. YouTube likes to see a lot of likes, and I want to fill up the algorithm with some autistic twins information. So keep clicking like. Comment below and tell me what you think. And if you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button. We can share more information with you and share more stories of what our life is like with autistic twins. So I'm signing out now.